Welcome back, everybody. It's Dennis, and we're back with a video. I know I missed it last week, but we are back. It was quite busy. But today we're going to be talking about TSLY. And what we're going to be talking about TSLY? Well, as everybody knows, TSLY is down to $8.72. And I personally am down 34%, down 3K. So it is a sad sight to see, but as you can see, distribution rate is pretty high. We're at 68.42. But besides that, we're just going to be talking about what's my look or outlook on TSLY and TSLA, the underlying of TSLY. As many might know or may not know, I am bullish on Tesla. I have always been bullish on Tesla, even after this Q4 report coming in a little bit hot, a little bit negative, and causing a downturn. As you guys can see, it spiked straight down right after the report. And right now we're staying stable at 180-ish mark. So what is going to happen with TSLY? As we can see, TSLY dipped as well. It dipped from its $10 position all the way down. Has been dipping for a while. So has Tesla. So what is happening with Tesla? What is happening with TSLY? And why am I still bullish? Well, the reason for being bullish is because of the report itself. So this is the Tesla report, if you guys have not seen it. So as we can see, the report came in negative to what was expected, but the actual report itself was not that bad as anticipated, or not that bad as people thought it would be. The reason everything crashed down was because the traders and companies wanted Tesla to come out and do more than expected, or at least do what was expected, but turned out that Tesla did not. So what do we have over here? Well, we have Tesla's reports of total production, which was 1.8 million. Total delivered was 1.8 million, of course, a little bit less. So they produced more than they delivered, of course, makes sense. But as we look at this, as we look from 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, they've increased dramatically, as seeing year over year, they've increased by 38% on deliveries. So deliveries is 38%, while production is 35%. What does this mean? What does it mean? Well, that means they're selling more year over year, and then they're producing year over year, meaning that they are selling more. They are selling more vehicles, and more vehicles are being sold. So we could also look at other stuff as well. As we can see, storage deployed has increased to 14,000. As we can see, Tesla locations have increased, mobile service fleets have increased, supercharger stations have increased, and supercharger connectors have increased. Now, why am I going all over this? Well, because this is quite bullish, and a lot of people are forgetting that all of this is infrastructure that Tesla is laying out to be used next year and this year, in the coming 2024 and 2025 quarters. And what people forget is supercharger stations and supercharger connectors are going to be earning money now for Tesla as well, with all the companies in North America switching over to Tesla connectors, meaning all those people will now be paying Tesla for that electricity to charge their vehicles, as well as mobile service fleets. The more cars that we're making, the more mobile service will be needed. And actually, Tesla reported increasing the amount of service fees they've been getting and the amount of money they've made from service fees. Tesla locations, of course, will also be getting more money as well. With more electric cars on the road, more Teslas on the road. Storage is a long-term play as well. Storage is a big one, and Elon mentioned it himself during the earnings call. Storage is being increased, which is really good, meaning that we have a constant income coming in from storage being deployed. And with vehicles in general, we are still bullish. We are still growing. It is not that we've become stagnant. And everybody is saying on the mainstream media that EVs are dead because Ford stopped making them, and a lot of companies are pausing their electrical developments. Well, it makes sense. We're in an economy where interest rates are high. So it makes sense. And we're going to get to interest rates in a second and why it plays such a big factor in Tesla. So total deliveries is 1.8 million. We've increased 38% year over year, right? Let's scroll up a little bit. As we can see, this is for Q4. They delivered 484,507 deliveries from Model 3 and Model Ys. All of the cars. For Model 3s and Model Ys, it was 461,538. So they've increased by 20% year over year for the Q4 for total deliveries. So more people are purchasing vehicles. So how I see this is, oh, and don't forget, they also, if we go up, they also have, where's the cash? They have free cash flow of 4.4 billion and 2.1 billion just in Q4, as well as operating income in Q4 being 2.1 billion is which the cash came from. So Tesla is doing really well. I don't think a lot of people are giving credit when credit is due. People are kind of just selling the news, as the news kind of dictates what people do. So people are selling the news because mainstream media is being bearish on Tesla, which makes sense as a big competitor in the vehicle area. But what does this mean for TSLY? Well, TSLY being underlying stock, the Tesla is the underlying stock of TSLY. All this is good for TSLY, as well as, like if Tesla is producing this amount of vehicles, I don't want to go into rant. Like, I don't want to go into rant because not being biased, obviously I'm bullish on Tesla, but you see all these numbers and you see all these profitabilities and you see the cash flow, and you're selling off on Tesla. I don't know, man. I don't know. But back to TSLY. The reason why I am continuing to invest in TSLY, I am not putting more money in. I'm just going to put that out there. I am not putting more money into TSLY as it stands at the moment. I'm just letting my investments reinvest into themselves. So that is a fact. I am not putting money into TSLY right now. At the moment, I am putting my money elsewhere on more stable ETFs. I'm just letting TSLY ride out, but I am not selling out of my position. I am not taking the loss, and as many people right now are. The reason being is because we're getting to a turning point of our economy at the moment. So, as you can see, we are here right now. We are around this area. We are around December 1st to February 1st when it comes to our interest rates. Right now, we are holding interest rates at roughly 5.5%. So, what does this mean to us? Well, Tesla is an interest-based company. What does that mean? Well, if interest rates are high, Tesla will have troubles, as most car markets will. The reason being, a lot of people finance and lease their cars. Not a lot of people are buying their cars from cash. What does this mean? Well, it means when the interest rate is high, not a lot of people are purchasing vehicles. So as we can see, margin is dropping for Tesla. That's why they had a bad report, because they had to lower the prices of their vehicles to try and keep the availability of their vehicles for markets high. If they were to keep the prices of the vehicles high, then nobody would be able to afford financing and leasing the car. Now, what does this mean for TSLY? Well, since TSLA is the underlying of TSLY, when interest rates begin to cut, and they are estimated by the market to begin towards May, maybe some people are saying early March, but I doubt it. I'm saying May or June. But if they start cutting in March, as the market anticipates, this will increase sales for Tesla, and it will boost Tesla higher as a stock. Why would this happen? Well, because if interest rates fall, people can afford Teslas for cheaper, right? The monthly payments will be cheaper, meaning more people will be willing to purchase them. They're already purchasing them right now, as we can see with the report. They're already purchasing vehicles. As you can see, they've increased from Q3. It has not slowed down, even with interest rates staying stable. So people are still buying Teslas and people are still interested. But once these interest rates cut and the vehicles become cheaper to finance and lease, more people will begin to purchase them. More people begin to lease them. And with the Cybertruck out as well, people are looking towards that vehicle as well. And with the news of the new compact, cheap vehicle coming out in 2025, that is also another bullish outlook on Tesla. Additionally, we also have the FSD version 12 that was just released, still in beta, and it's coming out to everybody else in a week. But that has been released, and that is doing really well and is being spread a lot, and they are actually showcasing on Twitter. So with that being out, with all these vehicles coming out, with interest rates about to drop, I am bullish on Tesla. I will continue to be bullish on Tesla. I think a lot of people are selling the news and they're doing the wrong turn. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Maybe it is the end of Tesla, like a lot of people are saying, but I highly doubt it. Because if we look at the 5-year chart, we can see that when interest rates are low, once COVID, so COVID started in 2020 right here. When COVID hit, we had a downturn because everybody thought that everything was going to go down. But as soon as those interest rates were at their lowest, it pumped. It pumped hard. And as soon as we started getting out of lockdown, it started coming back down, started coming back to realization because interest rates started to get higher. And as you can see, once we started going into the downturns, everything went down. And then we're now going back up. And I think we're going to have that next boost coming up soon. I think this downturn here is just short term and people are just selling off for no reason. I think this is a hold, and for TSLY, this means it's a hold. Yes, you are losing value because it's dropping, and when the dividends are paid out, you are losing even more because they are taking your value of your shares and paying it back to you. I understand that. And this stock is not growing as AMZ and Aptly and Coney is, and MSFO, so you're not getting back your value on the shares being earned. But when Tesla starts to grow, when Tesla does the reversal and starts heading towards the 200s again, and maybe the 300s, is when they start cutting interest rates. So I'm holding it. I'm holding in this for this year. If I have to take my losses, I'll take my losses end of the year. I will get my tax returns, I guess. But I am bullish on TSLY. I am bullish because interest rates. I am bullish because of the report not being that bad as people thought it was. They still increased their productions. They still increased their deliveries. And the deliveries were higher than production. So, yeah, man, they have new vehicles coming out. Version 12 is doing really well. They have a robot, AI, everything. So, I am bullish on Tesla. I am bullish on Tesla. I think people are selling the news, and it is very wrong on them because I think this will spike in the coming months, especially once those interest rates start dropping. Once interest rates start dropping and the market tanks a little bit, because it will. Markets do tank when interest rates start dropping. It will kick back up. It will kick back up, and so will TSLY. And I don't know where we will be because, of course, we are capped on the upside for TSLY, as you guys know or may not know. We are capped on the upside due to the contracts, but I think we could get back to the $18 mark for TSLY. So we'll see. We'll see. If not 18, then the 14. I'm still averaging down because, you know, the reinvestments are averaging my average cost down. So we'll see what happens. But I am bullish on TSLY. And that is why I'm bullish. I'm bullish because we had such a good report. On my side, I believe we had a good report that a lot of news networks didn't look at. And I believe that interest rates, if they are cut in March, Tesla will go up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry I missed the last week, but that is my outlook on TSLY, on the underlying Tesla, and the reports and the interest rates that are coming up in this past month. So we will see what happens. We'll see if my opinion is right, and if it is not, then we'll take a loss. But if it is, then we will take a win. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.